Hello guys, Victor from Prompting here. Today I'm going to show you how to use the shellGPT. Without further ado, let's get straight into an action. You press Ctrl and N, you can change the hotkeys as you like. The code is in the description, it's open source and free, just download and play around. Pressing Ctrl and N, however, unlocks a prompt window. In this prompt window, we can give commands to the CMD in natural language. In this case, you don't need to learn the code for, or the language for prompting the CMD anymore, and you can just outsource it to the large language model. Let's do some fun here. Change to E. It's another storage of mine. It's an easy task, and it will be done. Easy for that. Let's make something a bit more advanced. Create a .text on desktop that contains hello world. It's as easy as that. So, with this in mind, you can imagine that if you're knowledgeable enough, you can do lots of things with it, and you can even do more advanced things with it. That's the point. Changing your directory or creating a .text file that contains hello world is easy, and it doesn't need the support of an AI. But there are some things that can be really handy or even fun to play around with. You may ask, this thing shouldn't know my file structure a priori. That's true. But you can get him to know the file structure. In order to do that, I created the get folder structure.ps1. And what we're doing now is we're saying go to E and use the get folder structure.ps1 with PowerShell. It's a PowerShell script that will contain a JSON of your file structure. I don't know why it changed to E. But anyways, go to D and activate get folder structure.ps1 PowerShell in D. So that's that. There can be ambiguities. That's why it may take some while to get used to it. But it's fun playing around with it. Let's see what he got there. You get a Verzeichnisstruktur.json. It's just a structure of your file tree. Let's take a look at that. It looks like this. It's really handy. It comes with the name of your files and with the path to it, which is really handy because in that case you can just do ret. That's a shortcut for retrieve, which I prompted the assistant to know that it needs to use the file search tool when I say retrieve, and I can just say start dd2.x. This is the greatest game ever published. Is not quite true, but I'm a Dragon's Dogma enthusiast and an enjoyer, so let's get into it and let him start Dragon's Dogma 2. So let's see what he's doing. So he knows exactly where it is and he's going to start it. I will interrupt the start because Dragon's Dogma 2 unfortunately takes up a lot of computing space, and that's why I'm just going to cancel it. But anyways, you're seeing what power can lie behind this thing if you know your file structure. Be aware though, as I'm going to show you how it works in a second, it can be really token consuming accessing these file structures, especially when you have a lot of things stored there. So the amount of space your storage file structure is using the more tokens are being used in order to research what a path a given file in your system is related to. So we're here now, and you may ask, okay, that's also not that great, and you may be correct, but you can also let him construct .bat files and make him connect that to a Windows service, for example, a bat file that is going to open up the CMD and display the current time, and make a service that activates that every 60 seconds. I'm not going to do that here. You can do it yourself. Just prompt him to do that, and he will do it. There will be some mistakes. It's not 100% true. You may also have to put in security gates, such that he does not use the command del, right? So, because it's unreversible, you can prompt him to just put it in the recycling bin instead. And we're going to take a look how this works. So here's the platform.openai.com/assistants. In the assistants, you can create a new assistant, and it works in the way that you can give him a name. It's endowed with an assistant ID, that's important. And you can give him instructions. It's in German. Don't worry. It's just that here you can give him instructions that, for example, he's not using the DLL or other things. So in this case, you may be wondering that the del command is not specified here, which is also okay. Going to add that later. It should be in another bot. But anyways, here in the file search is the vector storage. Here's the d and e.json. The C was too much. It took too much resources when prompting. I would also advise you to take the chunk result to 1. It suffices completely and doesn't need to be that way. The temperature is on .0.1 because you don't need him to be creative. You just need him to do the commands in the exact same way you want him to over and over again. That's why you control the randomness. And the top P is also for controlling the randomness, although I'm not an expert in varying top P and seeing what results come out there. So when you create an assistant, it's endowed within an assistant ID. You also have your API keys here, and when we take a look at the code, which is in the description in GitHub, open source, you can just go there. You will see that, let's go here for a second, you will see that you will have an environmental variables file here. Just put your key here, your assistant ID also. There are no inverted commas needed here, just put them in. Then there is the assistant.js. This is in a way the API that is Node.js. It uses the functions that are specified in the documentation of the assistant. It creates a thread. It calls the API with the assistant ID. It runs the thread. It gets the run status. It gets the assistant message and retrieves it in a way that is usable for the CMD use. Don't wonder here, it's made in a way that it's sliced up into 6 pieces. You can make it to infinite pieces. You can even change the code if you want. That was just programmed from scratch. And then there's the auto hotkey. The auto hotkey must be used or activated every time. You can also make a connection and put it in the files that automatically start when you boot your PC. I would also recommend that, so you don't have to activate it every time. So the shell auto hotkey script specifies which hotkey you use. If you want to use K, just write K here and also substitute that. Here's the GUI, and here is the call to the assistant.js. You have to specify the path to the shellGPT output.text. This is in the way this output is used. Is it's basically generated when you prompt the field, and then the shell.hak takes that output and puts it into the CMD. And then there are some rules to it. You can just translate it if you want. It's in German, but no worries, it works fine. And you can easily translate everything in German with an AI if you like. So we don't save that here. So here are packages, and that's basically it. So you can get started with this as you like. And yeah, it's nothing really special, but I would love to hear feedback and see you.